Hi, I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we're the Wellness Warriors.
And we're in the kitchen again.
Oh my goodness, it feels like it's been forever, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time. So this recipe is actually inspired by our show we did last year.
Cook What You Got.
It was a holiday edition of Cook What You Got. We actually took turkey dinner and we created a turkey dinner in a box. And
And it's really made with your leftovers.
Yeah,
That's what the purpose of this meal is. You know, you have Thanksgiving coming up soon, or the holidays, Christmas, and you always have extra turkey, extra stuffing,
extra potatoes, extra sweet potatoes,
extra vegetables sometimes. And how do you reinvent this meal?
A lot of people say use sandwiches and things that end up being a higher in points. So we came up with a way to actually use those leftovers and make it a lower point option by using
phyllo dough.
So that's the box you're actually wrapping your turkey dinner in.
So it's almost like you're making yourself a little present that you get to
open up
for dinner.
Exactly. So the phyllo dough, you can buy that in the frozen section. It's usually found where the pie crusts, the frozen pie crusts are. So you go look for those. This is the one we bought. This one right here is 5 points for 2 sheets. So this dinner is very versatile. You'll be using the points based on what you're having on your own program. So we're on blue, so for us, we're gonna be counting the phyllo dough, and that's basically it, because everything else in here except for the quinoa in here has a bit of points. But you take your meal, your Thanksgiving meal, calculate the 5 points for your shell, and then whatever you put in as the extra points. So it's really a versatile recipe to do whatever you want with.
I'm just separating my phyllo. There's two sheets here. I got 4 sheets taken out. I'm gonna put the rest away so it's out of the way.
I'll do that for you, honey. Keep going.
And we can freeze that, because you can put that back into the freezer. So I'm gonna take the 2 first sheets. I keep calling them shells, but they're not. They're sheets. They're almost like paper, and they're very, very thin. So they're delicate to work with. So you don't want to tear them or anything like that. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to spread it out on we have a cutting board here that I'm going to spread it out. But just to be different, and you know me, oh, it just ripped in half. That's okay.
That's why you have 2.
That's why you have 2, because you want to make sure that it absorbs and it doesn't like seep out when it's cooking, right? So I'm gonna flip this the opposite direction. So I'm almost making like a crisscross pattern with my phyllo dough. So now it's crisscross. So how do we do this? We have some mashed squash, butternut, any type of squash that you have, and we have cauliflower mixed together. This replaces our sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. So when we have a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner, we usually have this mashed instead.
And this is a mashed either cauliflower, sweet potato, or butternut squash. So that's going to be the beginning of my
turkey dinner
turkey in a box. My turkey dinner in a box. So I'm going to put a layer of that. And you can put as much as you want. This is all 0 points.
Yeah, so again, this, like we were saying earlier, take your dinner and then figure out your points to put it into the pastry, okay? This is, like we said, you can make this as low point as possible so you can have a great dinner and enjoy your turkey dinner again and again and again.
And then I have my stuffing, which is our quinoa stuffing. There's some cauliflower, some broccoli, but it's all cut up into small bite-sized pieces, so it just adds texture. You can also, you wanna grab the croutons, honey? Because I will add croutons to this, because we don't add croutons to our stuffing normally, but for this meal, we're gonna add just a few croutons to give it that extra crunch and that stuffing feeling.
We're gonna use the President's Choice whole grain. It's 2 points per serving, but we're gonna add the full serving.
No, just 1 point, I think. Just, how many pieces is it?
It's 5 points for 1 point.
It's 5 pieces?
Croutons.
Yeah, perfect. Let's put 5 croutons for 1 point.
There we go.
So we put the 5 croutons on there. So now we've got that. We're then going to cut up some turkey. I have a knife here, and this is the piece of turkey that we have left. You don't need a lot of turkey, and you just basically shred it. Just shred some turkey. Can you? Yeah, get me another cutting board. That'll be a little bit easier there. And I'm just going to take my turkey and shred that. I'm gonna make mine first because I'm a little different. Nick does not like as many ingredients as I do, so I have some mushrooms and some onions that are sauteed here. I'm gonna add this as well, right on top. You can add leftover green beans, you can add leftover asparagus, whatever you have in your fridge that are leftovers from that dinner, add to this box.
Yep.
That's what makes it so cool, is it's versatile and it's all in one little nice presentation. So I've just added my onions and mushrooms. I'm now gonna add some of that turkey, just a few slices here, there, and voila, now it's time to wrap. So we're going to take one part of the phyllo dough, wrap it, and another part, wrap it again, and then we keep wrapping until your dinner is in
little package.
A box, a
little
package.
box.
And now that it's in a package, we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna place it on our baking sheet right here with parchment.
So this is a Pampered Chef baking sheet. We actually added a parchment paper because when we did the recipe last year, it stuck to the bottom of the pan. So this year we're being a little smarter by adding that. Now what you're gonna do next, so Johnny's gonna start working on mine. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an egg, I'm just gonna crack it inside a bowl.
I forgot to add my cranberry sauce. I'll just eat it after.
After, on the side. So you can add cranberry sauce in it too, or gravy if you want as well. I'm gonna be adding my gravy on top too, because I love gravy. So I'm just beating the egg, because you're just basically creating an egg wash. And what that does, guys, is to help, seal up the package that you're creating for yourself. And it also makes it cook and bake a little bit better. So
Makes it crispy.
Yeah, it makes it crispy. So you just generously just paint on the egg wash on top of the entire thing. Just one side, right, hon? Because I don't do the...
Yeah, you don't have to do the underside. You could if you want, but why flip it over?
So exactly. So I'm going to finish covering this with the egg wash, and then we'll come right back and show you when we put it in the oven. So we'll just keep watching, and we'll fast this forward, and we'll come back when we're both ready.
Turkey in a box. Leftovers in a box. So the oven just beeped means our gifts are ready to be put into the oven.
So the oven is set to 325 Fahrenheit. Again, check your oven. It's on convection bake.
And you know me.
He's gonna sprinkle some stuff.
I can't leave things without a little flavor. So I'm using our famous Garlic Plus from Clubhouse, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit of that on top. And I think that's it. Voila, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes until the crust is golden
brown.
And we'll be right back to show you what it looks like once it's ready to eat.
I'm hungry.
The cooking is done. It took about 25 minutes.
Yeah, so we had to put it a little longer because I guess maybe when we did last year when the oven was already a little hotter when we were doing this, our Cook What You Got, so we put it for 25 minutes.
And this is what it looks like when it comes out.
So it came out like this. You can see it's pretty flaky, it looks delicious.
But then when you accessorize your plate, it could look like this.
Exactly.
With a little cranberry sauce, you can drizzle some gravy on top.
That's what I'll be doing.
Exactly. So this entire meal for me is approximately 8 points.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need to count your own points.
Yes, so figure out what you're putting in your own gift box, your own leftovers, what you're putting in there, calculate it, and then make it as low point as possible for yourself. Like we said, the phyllo pastry is so malleable, there's so many things you can do with it. This is just one way you can use it. You can do different things, if you're having meatballs for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, put it inside a phyllo dough. If you're having chicken, roasted chicken, put it inside a phyllo dough. Different things you can put inside ham.
Reinvent your meals with leftovers by putting it inside a box. So hopefully you enjoyed this recipe. We've got a little bit of a visitor coming over here. So don't forget to follow us on jeanlucandnick.com, and you can find all our recipes there as well.
jeanlucandnick.com/recipes. You can also find us on all social media using @the
Exactly. Enjoy your
turkey dinner in a box.
in a box. I'm starving. Let's go eat.
Bye.